Roset from Guadeloupe. I am 35 years old. So I am a musician and I am the founder and the president of Karukéra Steel Band from Guadeloupe. I started pan at 9. So I was 9 when I started. So I started band in Guadeloupe. I have to choose between Steelpan and dance. So I prefer to do music. I started Steelpan when my father died. When he died, I stopped talking. My mom was in the band. They dance and they play Steelpan. So she asked me to choose between dance and Steelpan. So it's my mom who introduced me the instrument. So I go with her to the band and I start to play with them. My dad died in June. After the school finish, June school finish, and I start talking maybe in October, November. My birthday is November, so I start pan in October, November, and for my birthday, yeah, I will start to we talk again. So I don't talk to anyone. Just my mom asks me, I say yes, no, and that's all. I don't talk to everyone since maybe 4 or 5 months. Yeah. When I start pan, I have to talk. I do. To be honest, when I start, I don't like microphone. I don't like interview. I don't like it. So now I have to do this. So it's fine for me. Now I do it in English, so it's fine. I was young. I started to learn the music at 9. I started to help the people to learn the music to teach at 12 in Guadeloupe. The first time I do a panorama, I was 13. It was in Saint Lucia. And we won. So I really love this instrument. I created my band. I was 19, 20 years. So now I am 35. My band have 15 years old now. I already made a lot of panoramas. So in St. Lucia, I made UK panorama. I made Miami. I made Brooklyn, so New York, and Trinidad panorama. Guadeloupe, the steel pan is not really popular for me. So some people know the instrument, but they don't know everything of the instrument. So they don't know panoramas, they don't know the big festival with steel pan, they don't know the orchestra. So we have only a small band in Guadeloupe, so maybe 2 or 3, 4 piece people. So when I created my band with 20, 30 players, it's different. So now I try to do my best to introduce better the steel pan in Guadeloupe, but it's not really popular.
What was your motivation behind creating a band?
So someone asked me to do a gig for him. I play pan since 10 years, so I stopped playing pan at this time. I didn't have band, I didn't have pan, I didn't have players, I didn't have anything. So he told me, I need you play for a festival for me, but I didn't have anything. So I say, okay, so I can try my best to do something for you. So I was 19. And I called some people I know who play, and I met a combo of people, and it was the first time the name was Karukéra Steel Band. But after I created the association, I created the band, really. But it's just some friend to make it together to do a festival, a concert, a gig. So just one time. And I said, oh, it was nice. So I can continue that. So I say, if I want to do something, I have to take 5 years to know if it's okay or not. It's 5 years, it doesn't work, I stop it. And I write a lot of stuff to do. If in 5 years I do that, it's good, I can continue. If I don't do that, I stop. So before 5 years, I do more than stuff. So I went to Trinidad with some young people for a festival in San Fernando in 2013. So 3 years after I created the band, and they give us a trophy to promote the national instruments. So that was not on my paper. So I say, okay, if Trinidad see what I do, I can continue. So I continue and I teach, I play panorama, I do gigs, and I love it. Karukera is the old name of Guadeloupe. It's the Amerindian name. So that's why I want Guadeloupe Steel Band, Karukéra Steel Band. I think it's better. Martinique is Madikera, so the old name. So that I say Karukera KSB is. I think it's nice. When you create a band, you have to do everything. So you have to teach, you have to arrange, you have to do everything. So I start arranging like that. So I don't have any choice because we don't have arranger in Guadeloupe. So I start to arrange for my band just like that. So I don't do a good arrangement like the panoramas, but I can hear the music and I can write the music for them. So that's the minimum we have to do. So I have any choice for that. So when I create in my band, I start to teach, I start to arrange just like that.
So how do you learn about arrangement?
So when I heard different arrangements, so it's opened my mind because it's new for me. So I didn't know that before. When I was younger, I didn't know the pan. So when I travel, when I met people, when I listen music, so I understand some stuff in the music. So now I can do my best to arrange for my band.
Who are some of your influences for arrangement?
The first one is Andy Nawel. I met him in 2001. He came to Guadeloupe, so it's a brilliant musician. He have a lot of music, a composition. And after it's Duvon Stewart. It's my favorite arranger because I play with him everywhere. So in UK, in Trinidad. So I really love Duvon and of course Andre too. So that's why I am here for this year. In each country, I do the panorama. I work with the bands. So in St. Lucia, it was the first time North House. Now it's Babono Steel Orchestra. So in UK, I play with Ebony Steel Band. So it was Duvon, the arranger. In Miami, it's Kobe Allen, so it's Sticks and Tones and Still Away. We have two bands. In Trinidad, of course, Renegades, because it's Duvon. And this year, I play with Bonheur Rhythm Rockers. It's a small band in the East. And now I am with Pan Evolution in Brooklyn. In Guadeloupe, I don't have any people to teach me. So that's why I have to go to the panoramas, the festival, to meet people, to hear different music, style of the music, style of arrangement. And it's opened my mind for that. That's why I travel a lot to listen different arrangements, to meet people and to make collaboration too.
So do you have any persons that you bounce ideas off for your arrangements?
Yeah, I have one guy in Trinidad. It's the maker of my instruments. So it's Keja Codrington. So sometimes he helped me because he make pan, but he teach pan and he have a family with the Codrington pan family in Trinidad. So that's my brother. So sometimes when I need help for the music, he can help me to do some arrangement. The first time I do the French Panorama, when I do the arrangement by myself, so he helped me to do some parts. So yeah, it's only him I call if I need the help for that. And now I have Kobe. Kobe is like my little brother. So he do the arrangement for us for the French Panorama. So the French Panorama, it's since the COVID we created, and it's a virtual panorama. It's not a live panorama. So we can do it every year. So in further COVID, every panorama stopped. So during the COVID, the French panorama starts because we have to do a recording and to send to the judge in France. Only the band in France and the French island can join for the panorama. So Guadeloupe is French, so that's why we can play. We are the only island who play for the panorama. The other band is in France. Okay, so the maximum of the time I think it's about 6 and 8. The minimum is 6 and the maximum is 8 minutes for the arrangement. The tune of choice is any tune. So the French people want to play French music. So for me, a panorama is with soca, calypso music. So that's why I choose every time a calypso and or a soca music. For me, it's for panorama. So we have the French panorama and we have the French touch. The French touch is some bands doesn't play for the panorama, but we just do a video to introduce the French panorama. So if you don't want to play for the panorama, you just play for the French touch. So we have about 50, the first year 18 bands. So now we are about 12 bands play for the panorama and French touch. The 17th of a band is in France and the only band in the island is Karukéra Steel Band. So last year we have a band play for the French touch from Réunion. Réunion is a French island too, but not in the Caribbean. I think it's Ocean Indian or something like that. But we play not for the panorama, but for the French touch. So we play since the beginning, and I think.
What year was that?
So it's 4 years. So it was the 4th edition this year. So next year it will be the 5th edition. The first time we came 10th, the second time 9th, the third time 8th, and this year 5th. I hope to win soon because I have a lot of beginners. So it's not really popular. So I teach in school. So I try to get the pupil for the school to do the panorama. So I don't have really strong player, but I love panorama. I love competition. So that's why I want to do this with the beginners I have. But 5th is a good place for France. The most satisfying moment, it was from, I arranged for the national anthem, the French national anthem. We have to play it for the game of Caribbean. So a lot of Caribbean people come to Guadeloupe and we have to play the national anthem in Steelpan. But I do a real good arrangement for that. And when we play it, the people tell us to come back to play for the end again because it was too nice. So I was surprised for this. It was my first time. They asked me to replay the national anthem at the end of the competition. We're supposed to play only before the competition to open the competition. And when they say, what? They play it very well. So we have to come back 3 or 4 days after when they finish to play the national anthem again. And it was on the TV, it was on the radio, everywhere.
Internationally, with all the bands that you've played with, same. What was your most satisfying moment?
I have a lot, but the biggest one, I think, is to play with Renegades. 2019 was a difficult year for me because it's the year I divorced. So it was a bad year for me. And I went to Trinidad 1 week. I learned the music in 2 days in the Steelpan because the life sometimes is difficult and it was very, I don't know, I don't have the word for that, but I wanted to mash up, I don't know what word I can use for that, but I have a revenge for the life, and it was really a revenge to learn the music in 2 days and to play for the final and to win the final. Because in Guadeloupe, it was very sad for me, very bad for me. So I go to Trinidad and it was better for me to play, to win, and I go back and I breathe and I live. But I have a lot of good experience, but at this time it was very bad. And to win the panorama in Trinidad with Renegades, to play with Renegades, it's one of my dreams. And to win with it was. So now my brain is, it's up. I live now.
What song was that?
Hooking Me by Farman Happy. You know, music and Steelpan helped me a lot in my life. I met Steelpan when I lose my dad. The difficult part of my life, Steelpan was there for me. When I lose my dad, when I divorce. Last year I lose my nephew. He was in the band, but to play pan helped me a lot for my life. So if I can have an advice for people, maybe you can do something. So some people do sports, football, tennis, But for me, Steelpan could help you for your life. The future for me is to continue to develop Steelpan in Guadeloupe and start in Martinique. The next is to create maybe my Karukéra Steel Band, maybe. So I think the next for me is that I am focused on that for this year, and maybe to do over panorama or when I never won. I already won in St. Lucia 5 times. I already won in UK 2 times. I already won in Miami 3 times. I already won with Renegades in Trinidad 1 time, but large band. So I want to do medium band, small band, and win. And here I am here in Brooklyn to win. I want to win everywhere. So maybe Toronto, St. Vincent, Grenada, Antigua. So I want to do every panorama. So the future for me, I think it's my new target. 2 years ago, I started to teach in a school in Martinique. And this year, I do a school and some place. So now I want to create a band there, maybe to take a part for the French Panorama and to do gigs. So that's why I want to do some stuff, but I am not in Martinique. I am based in Guadeloupe. So I have to go to Martinique to know. So I am creating now the stuff. So maybe in 1 year, 2 years, you will learn more about this. I think it will be Karukera Steel Band. I think because we have Karukera and we have to have Karukera. I think so. So I have to check with the people because I will not create the band alone. So I have people in Martinique, some students. I will see with them if they are okay for that. And maybe we can join the two bands together for an event. So we have an event the 11th August. We did it for the second time this year. And maybe we can, some of the players, some of the students of Martinique came. 4 of them came this year. So maybe next year I will get more people from Martinique to come. I teach in many schools in Guadeloupe. I have my band, I have my paniard, but I teach in different schools every year. So for me to promote Steelpan, so it's some people follow me, so they see what I do. And last year we went to Miami. I bring 23 people from Guadeloupe went to Miami of my band, and 18 of them play for the Panorama, and we won. So it's really new for that. So I think the most important is to get events, panoramas, festival, gigs, and just like that to promote the Steelpan. And sometimes I go interview on radio, on TV to say I do that. I teach pan, so I can teach and I can. I use a software named MuseScore. So sometimes I can put online some of my arrangements. So some people on MuseScore can find Yanis Roset or Yanis Steel Drum Music, I think. And the social media is Yanis Steel Drum Music or Karukéra Steel Band.